Each and every week, and this week is no different. We get a chance to talk to the one and only Dr. Deborah Stroman.
From the basketball court at the University of Virginia to the classroom at UNC Chapel Hill, Dr. Deborah Stroman has it all covered. Now this professor and sports business entrepreneur is about to take you to school. It's time for Dishing It Up with Dr. Stroman and the Sports Shop on Buzz Sports Radio.
D-Stro.
What's
Good
going
morning.
on? How
Good
you
morning.
doing,
Morning,
Dr.
good
Stroman?
people. How are you?
Good.
Doing
How
great.
are you? Are?
Fantastic.
Excellent, excellent. So it is a rather slow time, some people would say, in the sports world. And there was breaking news yesterday around UConn's star guard, arguably the best player in college women's basketball, Paige Beckers, tearing her ACL in a pickup game.
Yeah.
So that is very, very it is tragic because we never know about the ACL.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I played, if you tore your ACL, you were out, for the entire year, maybe 2 years. But technology advancements in medicine, players come back just as strong. So we all keep her, hopefully we'll keep her in our prayers and hopefully she can return. But since it is kind of slow, I thought, why don't we talk about sports that aren't professional, that aren't necessarily on ESPN, that don't have us thinking about millions and billions of dollars. And I want to talk about the fastest growing sport in the United States, which is
Pickleball?
pickleball.
Pickleball,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Pickleball. More than 5 million people are playing it, and it really picked up its intensity during the pandemic. But I bring up pickleball because I'm hearing more and more stories about fights and wars, in particular with people living in communities, residential communities, retirement communities, people who are really into tennis who are just hating on pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's some quotes here. Pickleball is for those who lack any technique or ability to even move slightly.
Mm.
Okay.
Pickleball is like playing tennis with a potato. One woman stated that, I'm suffering from anxiety and depression, and the noise is exasperating my system to the point I need to flee or be a prisoner in my own house. And then another person says most players are 50 years old and older with diminished hearing already, so they have a tendency to scream anyway back and forth to each other. And then you multiply this by 6 players and then multiply that by 3 courts. And so we're talking about pickleball wars today.
Wow.
3 things in particular: the sound. The pitch is higher than tennis. The density. You've got more people in a small area. And then there's more chatter. It is a social game. People are going back and forth talking smack. There's lots of yelling, screaming, whooping, and swearing. And people are getting sick of it. For those out there who aren't familiar with pickleball.
I mean, I'm like,
Go ahead.
are we talking about pickleball?
Yes, it's getting very ugly.
And they do
Pickleball
have
battle.
all the courts, like in the new developments, that's what they're putting in.
Yeah. So.
Yes. It was founded in 1965 in Bainbridge Island, which is not too far from Seattle, Washington.
Yep. Bainbridge. Yep.
And the guys were looking for something to do with their family. They were on a badminton court. They didn't have enough rackets, so they got spare ping pong paddles or table tennis paddles, and a wiffle ball. It's a mixture of tennis, badminton, and ping pong. You don't have to have a dress code. Unlike tennis, in some facilities, you have to dress a certain way. You can play it indoors or outdoors.
Oh, that's nice.
You've got a paddle and a plastic ball with holes. That's a wiffle ball. Now, the paddle it's smaller than a tennis racket, but it's larger than a ping pong paddle. And now, just like tennis, it used to be wood, but now you've got all these composite materials, all the technology. So you've got aluminum, graphite. You can play doubles or singles, and anybody can play it at any age. Now, why some people will look down on it, like great tennis players or even basketball players will look at it, because you've got this non-volley zone that's called the kitchen. It's right in front of the net, and it's within 7 feet on both sides, and you're not allowed to volley there. So you can't actually smash smack it down on somebody when you're in that zone.
Okay,
So you don't.
Wait a
But
minute.
people say it's very athletic, and younger people are playing now. I
Yeah.
know on college campuses they have pickleball courts as well.
Yeah.
so it's designed to be a social game. I think that's what you said earlier, right? So it's more. It has a more social aspect, more versus the competitive nature of, say, what tennis would have been, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what it's designed for, and to be social, usually you have conversation, you talk, right? It's not as aggressive and competitive. Well, although sometimes it can get into that. So all the things it's designed for, is that what they? But why they complain about it? Because it's designed to be a social game.
You're loud.
Loud.
But it's
Thank you.
designed to be. What?
It's constant. People say it's constant banging all day long. Stress, anxiety, frustration. People are hoping that it rains. People are filing lawsuits all across the country to change the hours. They're saying there should be an acoustic wall or a sound barrier. And of course, a lot of communities don't have that money.
See, wait a minute. You missed the problem.
They're saying softer paddles now, and they said the paddles should come with a decibel rating.
Dr.
It's
Strowman,
pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
can you share with me the demographics associated with the people that's playing pickleball?
Age or income?
Both. Everything.
Well, we know they're
And,
mostly over 50.
and their locale in terms of giving their zip code too. Because I can tell you right now, these are things that make up everything you're talking about. Why people complaining, why people they're too loud. I mean, seriously.
What is this world coming to?
No, but to be honest, my friend of mine, Dr. Norm Anderson, who's a good tennis player, he's been trying to get me out there to play pickleball. He still stays over in Broad Creek. They got a
That's right.
over there, and I plan to go because
We got one in Broad Creek.
yeah, exactly. They got
In fact, I wanted to mention that it's
yeah.
Briar Creek, but there's another one that's going to be opened up in the Briar Creek area.
It's going to be
called
huge.
Swing.
Yeah,
29 pickleball
Yep.
courts.
29.
It's like a $60 million project.
Yeah, I'll be out
It's
there.
a,
There's
it's
one-
a it's a racquetball. It's a racket facility.
It's a like
so
Yeah.
tennis,
Yeah.
pickleball.
Yeah.
I think they have some-
34 tennis courts.
yeah, right there in Broad Creek.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right now,
And the
not too far
Durham
from the
area,
shooting.
they've got
that's
a
right.
pickleball
Right.
association.
Right.
They have a Piney Woods courts now has 14 pickleball courts, and they offer free clinics on Saturdays. But it's going crazy.
Well,
I need
It's
the leader
crazy.
of the pickleball association to call us.
Yeah, matter of fact, that's a good point.
I know you here somewhere. I need the leader of the pickleball association to call the sports shop 919-890-6200. We have questions.
Yes, I tried to get on the list before the fall, before I broke
before
my
you got
foot.
injured, right.
Yeah, at Chavis, it's like a waiting list.
Really?
Waiting list.
At Chavis? Okay.
Yeah, they have a
Different zip code.
Yeah, that's what.
brand new facility.
But no, it's
Same
a brand new
zip
still
code.
is good. But I will say this though. I think I can see why people. I mean, it kind of keeps you in shape, but you don't have to exert a lot of energy because the court is
you need to
smaller.
Be careful with this because there are some athletes who are playing it more. They've got a pickleball association. They've got a pickleball historical museum.
A what?
They're doing a Hall of Fame. That's they're working on a Hall of Fame.
my God.
There's the first annual pickleball jamboree. It's going to be
See.
at the Seven Oaks Swimming Racket Club
We
on
gotta go out
August
there.
13th.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to think that you can just walk out there and say, okay, I'm a baller.
You may get embarrassed.
Yeah,
Hold
like
on,
a little old
everyone.
lady with some gray hair.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on, everyone. I'm sensing we have stepped on some toes here. Are you a pickleball
She's
connoisseur?
a pickleball. I can
No,
tell.
I'm still, I still, my ego is still saying, Debbie, come on. But I do want to play. Most of my people, my folks, friends who play it have not played. I have to be careful.
Go ahead. Say you were saying what now? What were you saying?
It just,
We don't record this.
It's just being watched on television.
I'm not going to say it.
Go ahead and say it.
But last time I checked, I think you live in that Chapel
She
Hill.
lives in
They
Chapel
definitely
playing
lead it.
pickleball.
They play pickleball in Chapel Hill. I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
probably
So,
like
I
a league of
won't- I won't-
6,800 right now.
So
on the hill.
I won't say Dr. Stroman, but I will say others
Yeah.
who have been fairly athletic in the past, college athletes, great at the highest levels of performance.
Seriously.
we also have friends that weren't very athletic,
Right.
and they like to get out and do things with us, and we go, come on, man. You're killing me, bro. You're killing me. So I'm not saying Dr. Stroman have people like that. I'm just saying there's some people that athletic things just not what they do. It's just not what they do. But they want to be active, you know?
The biggest haters are the tennis players.
Yeah.
They don't like their lines being, the converting courts to pickleball. They don't want that.
Oh, this is interesting.
And then, of course,
I just beef.
not being able to volley and smack the ball on, really hard at somebody. If you're really close, I don't know. You see it in tennis, and everybody loves it when the tennis players get up on the net and smack it at somebody.
but in pickleball, you may take somebody out for real because the court's
it's
so
kind of like
small.
racquetball. You got to
Yeah.
watch your eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, I was saying that when they
watch
smack
your
that
eyes.
badminton at you, what's that?
Really came back
What?
the badminton.
I mean, I was gonna say, what's the name of the little thing, the little birdie? What's it called?
Birdie.
That's
It's
called a
birdie.
birdie. I can see, hey, Mac, we can't take him. He's going to get into it with the little old lady because she
The
going
old
to
lady
smack
gonna
it
be
back
smacking
at
back in the
him.
head.
and I'm damn sure gonna smack it back. I'll tell you that right now.
Matter of principle.
So you better come. You better come get your grandma. I'm telling
But
you.
you know what, Dr. Stroman, this is an interesting topic. I'm
We
glad
gotta
you brought
go
this
play.
up. I'm going to go play with my boy Norm because they play. First of all, it's hard to get on the court because
Right.
you got to schedule like 2 or 3 weeks in advance to get on the damn court. I'm like, really?
That's why I couldn't get in at Chavis.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah,
It's like that.
it's like that.
It's like Wegmans.
It's like
It's like
Wegmans.
That speaks again. When we play pickup
Pun intended.
football, basketball, you just show up at the court. I got
No,
nets. I got
no,
game.
no.
Now, see, with this, you got a schedule. You got to. It's a little different. Let's just say different type of recreation.
You know what, Dr. Stroman, you
Yeah.
have thoroughly entertained me today because I never had an interest in actually going and try to play other than hearing people talk about it. But now I'm playing. I'm playing. I better be at the top of the list Saturday. Let me not get some
Do
run.
not get
Get
into
back.
it with the
Let
little
me
old
not
lady.
get some run.
Don't embarrass us or yourself in this
Right.
situation.
Right. You
okay?
are representing.
Maybe we should show up at one of those Durham days of the 4 of us and go out.
Right, because
This is all
Yeah,
about.
that'd be great.
you know how it is. They gotta have a challenge court. They have one court where you walk up
yeah.
there.
Stop it.
They gotta have a challenge court. She said, "Stop it."
She said, stop it.
And you don't have to move, right? You don't have to move as much, right? So my foot, I should be able to.
No, you need a couple months, Pat.
Well, the court is smaller, but I do see people sweating. Now, is it the type of sweat that we're used to?
Right.
I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but people are addicted,
Man.
and it's just getting bigger and bigger. And we do drive by tennis courts that are decaying, weeds are coming through, and people are saying, get rid of that. Let's just put pickleball courts down.
I tell you have piqued the interest of a lot of people, and now I'm with K-Mac. My boy, when he called me, I'm going this. I gotta go because I'd probably be really good at it once I understand how to play. There it is.
Right.
Now,
Picture that.
last time you went on the tennis court thinking that you was the man, somebody got you.
Yeah, you're right about
You
that.
lost?
That's why I had a bad day. That's what it was.
And look, see that he let that gray hair fool him.
No, I played this guy when I was younger.
You let the
I
gray
played this
hair-
guy in a tournament, a national tournament. I won the first 2 rounds. This old guy came up with sweatpants on and shades.
Oh, you like, I got this.
I got this. He beat the brace off.
Don't judge a book by its
That's
cover.
right. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. But Dr. Stroman, this is a good topic.
I
love
need
this
the leader of the Pickleball Association to call the sports shop. I know you hear me. I know you're out there. I need you.
Well, they're out there.
They
You
got
might
pickleball beef.
You're going to get some interesting
fighting.
responses there. But I guess overall, regardless of whatever recreation you've decided to participate in, just have fun and move your body.
That's
it's
right.
not good as we age to sit around.
That's true.
Get active,
That's true.
sweat. We have to sweat. And remember to hydrate, especially in this hot weather.
Well, my very athletic friends in the past, they make fun of me because I'm not as athletic as they were. They too good to play with me. Dr. Stroman.
Oh, Dr.
believe that.
Stroman, did she throw that on your Mac?
People like Dr. That's how they go. Man, it's cold over there. You can play with this.
Wow. There it is.
All right, Dr.
Well, I will
Stroman,
tell you
as
this.
always.
Let's get our bicycles. I love biking, so let's ride some bikes and play
yeah.
some pickleball.
There you go.
Yeah,
Works
I
for
go
me.
Have a great
pickleball.
day.
All right, have a good one.
That's awesome.
Have a good one.
We can't put Pam on a bike, though.
What? I
'Cause she'll
can ride
fall.
a bike.
You'll probably fall,
We'll
Pam.
fall off that bike before we get to the
Oh,
curb.
no. I'm a good bike rider.
You can't walk straight. How you gonna ride a bike?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's some things I do better than others. I can ride a bike without falling.
Hey, we could always do one of those trolleys where you're not really biking, but you're pedaling and you drink while you do it.
Hey, you know what?
Yes.
That feels like forced
That
labor
sounds
to
a
me.
lot safer.
I refuse
That's on
to
the
do
bike
it.
and I'm gonna do.
That's like ordering an Uber and he hands you the keys.
Right.
It's like, wait a minute, bro, I'm paying you.
Yeah.
I gotta drive too.
Oh, so you haven't been, you don't do that downtown some nights?
Why would I pay somebody to pedal myself around? I'm not doing that. That's the dumbest thing in the world to me.
We just